This is absolutely crazy, and it's definitely not a situation to be taken lightly by any means. You have a massive amount of American citizens and Canadian citizens, for that matter, that are traveling in Mexico right now that are under insane take shelter orders by both governments because of what's going on with the cartel and the war literally that's taking place. There's been big developments even since late last night till right now this morning. So we're going to take a look at a lot of these things, but we're also going to take a look at what happened post-Olympic gold medal game for Team USA, because it's very interesting to see how patriotic these boys are that won the gold medal for the United States hockey team. All I ask in return is for you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with a photo of the FBI director, Kash Patel, freaking chugging a beer in the locker room with the boys of USA, Team USA, that just won the gold medal. But the real interesting thing actually took place in the locker room on a phone call where President Trump called the team, and, well, just take a listen to what he had to say.
Watch 1 minute, 1 minute, and by the way, your goalie played not bad.
Say hi to him. How you doing, Don?
I have seen hockey goalies have slightly worse games. Unbelievable, and you were all unbelievable. And that team is pretty good you played. I don't know if it's ever again anytime soon, right? And, you know, I tell you what, I just told my people 2 minutes ago, I didn't know they'd be calling. I said, we're giving the State of the Union speech on Tuesday night. I could send a military plane or something. But if you would like to, it's the coolest night. It's the biggest.
We're in.
Yeah.
The whole team unanimously says, you know what, actually we're in, we want to be a part of this. And we just got an update right now. The plane has officially landed with the entire Team USA.
What a win, though. And I can only imagine what's happening inside that plane right now, John. I mean, celebrations galore, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, you know, they've been celebrating since immediately after the game. And it went on into the night. I mean, we saw some video of Kash Patel celebrating with them in the locker room as well. Everybody getting a Corona shower, I think, because they were drinking Corona beer. I don't know why in Italy you would drink Corona beer instead of Peroni, but they were doing it. So I think that there may be some hangovers coming home on that flight, but well deserved, because, you know, unlike a lot of events where it's one performance for a gold medal, how many games did they have to go through to get to where they are now? And it was just extraordinary. What a performance. And the fact that they came back up against Canada and beat them this time around really was incredible. But again, when you look at the shots on net, 42 for Canada versus 28 for the United States.
It was good hockey no matter how you look at it, but the underlying message goes to show that those who are patriotic as hell end up usually on top. I mean, the boys from Team USA love the phone call from President Trump himself, accepted the offer. They're on the way to go and meet the president right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments about that. Next up, we're getting into some more serious news. We have to take a look at this ongoing development in Mexico right now. So for those that missed it, this is a viral video that took place yesterday where you have smoke and what seems to be warfare that's taking place off of, or just not too far from Puerto Vallarta, or however the hell you answer it. And this has led to full-blown warfare in the streets from the Mexican government and the cartel, which are absolutely geared up to the tits, and they look like a military, if I'm being honest, which is why this is absolutely getting out of hand. The cartel control all human smuggling and trafficking into the United States. Every illegal immigrant who crosses the border first pays the cartel to smuggle them. And that was said by Stephen Miller, to which Elon Musk even replied, if we want them to stop, we need to make them an offer that they can't refuse. Then you also have 25 Mexican troops are dead after operations killed a drug lord, sources say the government. And this is absolutely getting insane. I mean, you have supermarkets that are being burnt down, cars are being burnt down, people are dying. It's just getting insanely out of hand. This is the leader of the Mexican cartel, El Mencho, that was killed. Now, he was originally captured and wounded, and if I'm not mistaken, he died in transit. To which President Trump this morning said that Mexico must step up their efforts on cartels and drugs, which is absolutely foreshadowing the United States government getting very involved in this situation with the cartel. You have the Canadian government is issuing warnings to Canadians that are trapped in Mexico, but they're not the only ones. You also have the American government that is saying, hey, you guys need to take shelter because planes are canceled and it's not safe out on the streets. Let's have a look.
The U.S. State Department is telling Americans in Mexico to shelter in place as law enforcement tries to regain control of cities that have fallen into chaos in the hands of the Mexican cartels.
And if you know anybody that's in Mexico right now or potentially on the way to Mexico, you should screenshot this right here and send that to the people that you know so they know what locations to actually avoid. I'll even move my face from the camera to give you a better opportunity to screenshot it, because it absolutely is a necessity for people to know what places to avoid and what to expect.
This is after the Mexican military took out a notorious cartel kingpin with U.S. support. And we're learning a little bit more about our role in all of that. Not a lot of detail, but we had one. The carnage, cars torched, roads blocked, banks and local businesses set on fire as those cartels are now fighting for power. It's like everybody else is in the middle of a gang war right now.
It's not just a gang war, it's a full-fledged war that is taking place in Mexico in all of these hot spots that you see on screen. That's crazy. So again, be very cautious if you are planning on going there or if you are currently in Mexico. Then we're going to take a look at this Bill Maher segment, because this is absolutely hilarious. The Texas Democrat Senate hopeful lied nonstop for several minutes, whining that the Trump's FCC refused to air his Colbert interview. Let's have a listen.
President Trump that canceled your segment there. I mean, this is one area where Ms. Crockett is correct. You know, this was a decision by the network, and, you know, they didn't want to have her on, possibly. They didn't want to have that equal time. And so they looked at the ruling and said, well, we're not going to do this. But I also think that the way it was aired, I mean, you got over 5 million views. You raised $2.5 million in 20.
And they just want to blame Trump for everything. They just want to blame Trump. Trump does not control the FCC. If that were the case, Bill Maher wouldn't even have a late night show. None of the late night shows would exist if Trump had the ability to just wave a magic wand and get them to disappear, right? I mean, it's craziness. There's certain guidelines that they have to follow within the Broadcast Association of the United States, but it's not Trump that's saying yes or no on these.
24 hours, so it was a pretty big success for you.
Well, again, my concern is not for my campaign, it's for the Constitution.
Right, and it wasn't the president who said, do not allow this to air.
It was the president's administration.
No, it wasn't, man. These people, they're just crooked liars. They constantly do this, which is why when you look at the original post here, it's first of all starting to go pretty viral. And second of all, you have people calling him out all the time. I thought this guy was a Christian. Why is he lying? The Christian that loves abortion and lies every time he opens his mouth. He's full of it. Glad he's being exposed. He's so creepy. I don't know what it is. I don't like his vibe. I mean, it's craziness. It's craziness. Trump didn't control the decision.
The president who said, do not allow this to air. They did not say, do not allow this to air. It was equal share time that was already in the rules. And that network said, we don't want to have the equal share. We don't want to fulfill that part of the rule.
Again, let's go one level deeper.
Oh my goodness. Trump derangement syndrome at its peak. Man, these people are just relentless. Everything is Trump's fault. Everything. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they start saying the cartel is President Trump's fault, for crying out loud.
So you're battling legislation to have the Ten Commandments in school and certain biblical stories taught as fact. Well, when I went to school, there was Greek mythology that we were required to learn and study about. Now in Colorado, we have comprehensive sex ed, where as young as kindergarten, I mean, children are taught all of these things. You can be whatever gender you want to be, and that is being forced down their throats.
Yeah, and there's no definitive list of how many of those categories there are. It's an infinite list that people just don't seem to be able to find the end of that list, right? It's craziness. This ridiculousness needs to stop. We need to go back to a sense of normalcy, and politicians and media need to stop lying. Constantly blaming President Trump for all of your problems when it's not even factually correct, and then broadcasting that on television, broadcasting that on late night shows, even broadcasting that on the news, which is what CNN constantly does or has guests on, and they constantly give them a platform to push such ridiculous rhetoric. That shit needs to be stopped. In fact, I almost think that people should be penalized for this, for blatant lying. I mean, how is this even legally allowed? It blows my mind, but here we are. That's the video with the facts and with my opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be super awesome for you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.